I used to get to run around. I've been doing this since I had to work at mama house. Tear it down, tear it down, tear it down, tear it down, tear it down.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland, and M.O.E.T. Bank Stadium. Today, we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Baltimore Ravens. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. They'll begin the drive with a run by Dillon. And he stopped immediately there. Calling no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. These two teams met up earlier in the year, back in Week 4. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he'll be out right at the 35. A good chunk on the ground, and the keeper 17 yards, first down. Pretty ideal right there. Keep it yourself, get the first down, and get the heck out of bounds.
And knowing him, I believe he's thinking, I can get a few more yards if I just lower my shoulder. But he also hears that second voice in his head. His head coach, and probably his agent too, saying, get out of bounds, man. Don't do that.
And he'll get this up to about the 40. 6 yards on that last play. Here's second and 4. Now it's Jackson. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. On the move past the 40. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards. On first down, Shaw. What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run. And they run the option here on 1st and 10. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss.
No, we changed it.
Jackson. Able to locate Andrews here on the out route. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
This pass complete to Higgins. And they'll rally and stop him short of the first down at about the 6. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. Tucker's kick is good, and the Ravens strike first at 3 zip.
Well, given where they started that opening drive, CD, I think to get 3 out of it, probably a pretty good start that they'll take.
I think you're exactly right about that, because they just shook off the effects of the kickoff in field position and took the ball and moved it downfield. Didn't pay off with a touchdown, but that drive, that was really nice for them, and they did come away with 3 points.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
Here we go.
Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10 at their own 18.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he tries to keep the legs churning, but he's going to be stopped behind the line.
It's not easy playing the corner, is it? A lot of times you got to defend against the pass, but sometimes you have to play against the run. How about the job he did there, crashing inside to make that tackle for a loss?
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, this defense for the Ravens, they were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
This defense certainly has a lot to be proud of coming off of last week's game, because when you only give up 14 points in a contest,
Here we go.
you give your team a great chance to win. The best defense in the league is usually going to average giving up 18, 19 points a game. So to be under that, a terrific achievement.
On 3rd down, Burrow. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Clock running, under a minute to go now here in a fast-moving first quarter.
Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw.
And this one is incomplete.
Against a team coming off a win, just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
On 1, ready?
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
11 MP, 11 MP. 12, 12, 12. 11, 11.
And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he's got room. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Zero hesitation that time. That was get ball, throw ball.
Yeah, turn into a smoke route. If you see the coverage off the receiver, doesn't matter whether you call it a run or not. Just take the ball, get it out to him.
Now Burrow on 1st down.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. They go back to the ground now with Mixon. And he's going to be down close to a 1st down at the Ravens' 20-yard line. start of the second quarter, and it's the Bengals in control of the football as they've got it with a third down coming up. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
11. 12.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And they're knocking on the door now as a good run there. Going to take this to about the 10-yard line. First down. Here's Burrow. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bengals have taken the lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they are winners of 2 straight games as they have climbed back to 500 now on the season.
And you and I both know that this can be a tough team to figure out sometimes, because I remember a few weeks ago you and I having a conversation where we both thought that this was a season that could get...
Looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted. Picked off by Akello Witherspoon. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. But when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
11 Thomas.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. They will throw on first down with Burrow. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
11.
Throwing again on second down. Burrow. And Burrow going to slide to the ground as he does pick up the first down. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Now Burrow. Touchdown Bengals. Jamar Chase from 3 yards out as his guys are able to extend their lead. McPherson now for the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game.
Makes the score Bengals 14, Ravens 3.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. For this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Hey, report. Report.
On 2nd and 7, Jackson slings it to Andrews, and it's complete. The tight end has it.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Yo.
Here's Jackson. And that is incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Taken from just outside the 30. A terrific return. 30 yards all in all. And the Bengals will take over in terrific field position.
Gun.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
11, Thomas.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow. He's going to loft one. Deep left side here. Touchdown. Jamar Chase. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
At their own 15-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. It's Shaw, and nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Jackson to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Shaw, and he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. It'll be a gain of 5. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll try and run for it with Evans. Evans, fast footwork. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, You might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
On third down, Jackson. That's complete to his receiver, Bateman. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
A 9-yard gain on the play. It's now 4th down and 1.
Yo.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Facing this big first-half deficit, they keep the field goal unit on the sideline. They're going for it. From the gun, Jackson. And looking for Andrews, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And the Bengals are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. Well, I appreciate the aggressiveness trying to go for it there on 4th down, but you're in the red zone, had 3 points in your back pocket. Instead, Charles, they throw it away.
Certainly a big call to go for it on 4th down. As you said, in the red zone, definitely going to cost them 3 points, and we'll see how that affects the game as time goes on.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
11 MC tank.
Mixon will get it to start the second half. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
12. 11
He'll send a receiver in motion left. On 2nd and 11 now. Burrow. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
12.
Throwing now, Burrow on first down. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a... Oh, and for the third time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Daxton Hill picks it off, and the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. But to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the third quarter, it would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day. They're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Again, it's Mixon. And he's going to be down close to a first down at the Ravens' 19-yard line.
11 MT, hey.
Off the play fake. Here's Burrow. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Chuck Clark drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. Evan McPherson out for the Bengal field goal. From the left hash, this from 46. McPherson's kick is good. So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. To throw is Jackson. Open man, it's complete to Higgins. And they work this well upfield across the 45. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the 3rd quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
Again, Jackson. And he rifles one incomplete.
But they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the Bengals are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. So still no touchdowns allowed by this defense. They get the interception there. CD, they have been rock solid.
And at this point, I think they have to expect that they're going to see some shots taken down the field. And that was almost a desperation throw right there, just kind of hoping something good can happen, a completion, a pass interference. But this was anticipated well, and they came up with the INT.
And just not much to be had there. 1 yard out to the 10. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Once again, they run with Mixon. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. Wide open receiver complete. He's going to have the first down and then some. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Here we go.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Play action. It's Burrow. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Nice play call, a little bit of play action right there. If you can get those linebackers to freeze for just a split second, that's usually all the room you need in order to get it to your tight end.
And he gets it down to the 32. A solid gain of 7 yards that time on the keeper and a first down.
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there and worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback.
Here we go, here we go. Mighty. 11,
and they'll send the slot in motion left. Inside handoff to Mixon, and he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
11.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow.
Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted.
Picked off by Sidney Jones.
And the Ravens are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line.
Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other. But it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over.
Jackson's throw caught by Higgins.
And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it's 2nd down. Now it's Jackson.
And he'll let this one go deep for Chark.
And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. The offense on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. From the gun, it's Jackson. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down.
Open man is Bateman. It's complete.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down.
And he'll let this one go deep for Chark.
This is caught inside the 15. It's a big play there for Baltimore. And even 50 yards.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? Now flags come in. I think one of the Ravens got going a little early. Things made a little more difficult after the false start as they try again on 2nd and goal. Now Jackson. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the Bengals will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent, but a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years, but here we go. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces, and I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
A 5-yard pass on the heels of a 5-yard run. Good enough for the first.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
They try to eat some clock with Mixon. And he'll get maybe a couple before he's taken down, as that will take us to the 2-minute warning. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
11 Thomas. Here we go.
And they come with a jet sweep here as Burrow just taps that forward. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. 88 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
And Mixon not going to get there. Running into a wall here, and they'll stop him short. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. So on fourth down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal.
Well, he's spotted on the right hash. A 52-yard attempt.
McPherson's kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And this will be a return from deep in the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Their mini two-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
That is caught. Rashad Bateman.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a first and 10. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. To throw, Huntley. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
In trouble, and he's taken down. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll punt it away for the second time. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So a 5-yard swing, but still fourth down.
You just wonder if the punt team used up something there that they didn't need to, right? Draw them off sides, but it still doesn't get them a first down. I used that one on 4th and 5 or less.
Hey!
They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson. He's going to let it fly. Oh, wide open, complete. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead's down to 24. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
This one taken just inside the 10.
The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
I'm one, ready?
The Bengals go down to a knee in the victory formation.
So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And maybe more importantly, a victory in the division, which always helps.
And on the road. How about all of that rolled up into one? Because how often do you see division games get decided by this much of a margin?
Yeah, they thumped them.
Yeah, they jumped all over them. In a division game, it's usually a touchdown or less because these two teams know each other better than most teams in the league. In this case, that didn't hold up. On the road, big margin, big victory. Oh, yeah, that flight home will be good.